Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Travel Geek. I'm Kyle O'Donnell, and tomorrow I'm gonna leave for the Penghu Islands. So I thought I would go over the gear and the sort of stuff I'm gonna bring. I'm just gonna be there for a few days. It's gonna be a Tuesday to Friday run, so just a few days. Got a couple of days worth of clothes. Clothes aren't really important, but the dry bag is. There's been a monsoon out lately, and unfortunately I can't reschedule the flight, or I would. It's not an international flight from Taiwan, it's the same country, so I'm not going to need my passport. I am, however, going to bring my resident card from Taiwan, my medical card from Taiwan, in case I have some kind of an emergency. I'm going to go ahead and bring my passport, but probably what's going to be the most important is the international driver's license. Need to make sure you have that if you ever, doesn't matter where you're at in a foreign country, you need to have one with you. A lot of times it'll supplant the need for the passport. So one of the things that I've found that's been really handy throughout travel has been this little bag right here. It's a military ammo bag. I can't remember if it's Czech or something, but it holds everything. I've taken my toothbrush, cut it in half, fits nicely down in there, and I take my bottle of sunblock, my big one, and I just refill one of these small ones every time I go on a small trip, so that's really handy. And then, razors and deodorant and soap and stuff like that, so this is really cool. It's really durable, it's basically waterproof. You can really beat it up and it still does a good job for you. Obviously I'm going to be taking my DV rig with a shotgun mic and a dead cat wind guard. I've got a remote control for that. I'm going to be doing this one by myself. Danielle's going to be here at the house, so bringing the remote, that's going to be useful. These cloths, they're like super microfiber cloths. They do really well at cleaning lenses and drying gear off and stuff like that. And speaking of lenses, I'm only going to bring the one lens with me this time. It is going to be just a series of very small islands, so I'm not going to really need to tighten in on anything. Not going to have a whole lot of architecture shots, so I don't need the wide angle lens. I'm just going with this 24-70 2.8 Nikon glass. I'm going to be bringing about 40 gigs of memory cards, but when you're shooting in RAW, that adds up quick. So 40 gigs really, it might sound like a lot, but it's not. Obviously, you're gonna bring a few extra batteries. I've got a 320 gig hard drive, which is just an extra hard drive that I travel with. This one's made by Western Digital, I believe. I bought it several years ago. It's 320 gigs. You can drop it 5 feet onto concrete and it'll do fine. I've got a little spirit leveler, which it doesn't take any batteries or anything like that. It slides right in the hot shoe and keeps you level on the horizon and things, which is really good. Obviously, I'm going to bring some battery chargers. Even though it's just a few days, it's probably good to bring those. Credit card. Got a lens pen. These are always good to have. If you're into photography, buy one. Just buy one and use it. Got a couple extra batteries for the DV. This time I'm actually also going to be taking a lot of HDR, but what I've been into lately is time-lapse. So I'm going to take my little timer remote here with me, hook that up to the Nikon, see if I can't get some good cloud movement shots or something going. And speaking of that, I'll only be able to do that if I get to a computer, like an internet cafe or something like that, where I can use the computer, because I'm not going to bring my laptop. I'm going to write my journals the old-fashioned way. I just bought this leather-bound journal book in Hong Kong, and I want to get some use out of it. So, going as battery-free as possible. Let's see. Bringing my lovely, wonderful military backpack. This is an Alice pack that I've had for at least 15 years. It's awesome. You can fit everything in it. I was going to bring some camping gear, but because of the monsoon and everything, I really don't think I'll be able to do that. But I am going to bring a tent just in case. I've got plenty of room because it's only going to be a couple of days. But there is one extremely important thing that I'm going to be bringing. Actually, there's two. It's in like two parts. The first, since it's a beach, flip-flops. I'm not going anywhere with boots. I'm not going to be hiking anywhere. I'm going to be hanging out on the beach, which brings me to my second most important item. My hammock. Can't go to a beach without a hammock, bottom line. If you don't have one of these and you're a trekker, you're not a very good trekker. This goes hand in hand, by the way, with a good book. This book, Roadwork, is written by a guy named Mark Bowden. He wrote Killing Pablo, which is an excellent book, which is why I bought this one. He's just an amazing journalist. He's got such breadth of politically, historical knowledge of the U.S. and of important things happening around the world for his time, and so he's done some amazing things. Killing Pablo, by the way, was a book that he wrote as he followed the FBI agents who tracked down and killed Pablo Escobar, the famous cocaine mogul down there in Colombia. Obviously, I'm going to be bringing my Lonely Planet, my Taiwan Lonely Planet. It's got some great information about Penghu in there, and so anyway, so I'll be leaving now. I'm going to go ahead and load this up to put it up on the blog, and maybe by the time some of you guys see this, I'll be back. So, all right, that's it.